Welcome to Wagon Wheel Wednesday, where we are going to learn more about your estate plan and Tim Sechler. Tim, take it away.
All right, let's have some fun. All right, so bucket list. This is where I get to give you an item of my bucket list. I want to see all the national parks. I haven't spent enough time out west. One of the things I want to do before my kids get out of the house is take them to Yellowstone. So I need to get out west and see some stuff and visit some more national parks. So that's my bucket list. Ready for another one?
All right.
All right,
Spin
let's
again.
do it. We got true or false.
This is a good
True or
one.
false? What you got?
True or false? Trusts are only for rich people.
False. There are trusts for rich people, but trusts are not only for rich people. So we use trusts with pretty much all of our clients in some capacity or another. We use trust to avoid probate. We can use trust to protect assets from long-term care. You can even have a will that leaves assets in a trust for the kids so that we protect your kids, your adult kids, from their potential future divorces and lawsuits. So trusts are just a tool. They're not good. They're not bad. They're like any other tool. We use them all the time, but trusts are not just for rich people. So that one's false, right? Ready for number 3? Some mistakes to avoid.
Mistakes to avoid. All right, here's a good one. House in the kid's name. Tell us about that McDonald's story.
Yeah, so putting the house in a kid's name can be a pretty big mistake, okay? For a couple of different reasons. One, you put your house in your kid's name, you give up control. Second, it could be a tax problem. And third, it could be a mistake for long-term care. So let's talk about that tax issue for a second. If you've ever been at McDonald's at like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, right? You go in there, you smell the coffee, you smell the hash browns and all the rest. Well, in there, there's the guys, the little table of little old guys that are sitting in the corner. One of the things that they're always talking about is, I'm going to put my house in my kid's name. The other guy goes, you can't do that. Your kid's a bum. Oh, no, my lawyer says, okay, well, your lawyer's a bum. Like, you can picture these guys at the McDonald's. The reason that they're trying to put their house in their kid's name is because they've heard it's smart from a tax perspective. But here's the problem. The boys at McDonald's, they don't know anything about tax, right? They think they're avoiding the federal estate tax, which for most of us hasn't really been an issue for about 20 years. And in the process, they're probably making a pretty big capital gains tax mistake. And so you got to be really careful with this, putting the house in the kid's name. We call that kitchen table planning, right? You're going to sit around the kitchen table with your family and you're going to beat the government at their own game. It doesn't really work that way. So a better way to do it is to use a trust or some other estate planning tool to accomplish your objective rather than just slapping your kid's name on it. How about one more, Ruth Ann? Want to do one more?
Let's do it. Tip of the day. All right. You shouldn't have dual powers of attorney.
All right, so powers of attorney, like when we're designing estate plans for kids, the person that you're naming to be your decision maker, their title is called agent, right? The document is called a power of attorney. Now, most people just say my son is my power of attorney, and that's okay too. But when we're talking about naming agents, a lot of our clients want to name more than one kid at the same time. Not because that would be effective for decision making, because they're afraid to offend one of the two kids, right? And my advice, I tell them to make me be the bad guy all the time, because I don't like to see joint agents. We probably, in our clients, these are their documents, but we try to talk them out of it, because when you have two kids as the agent and it comes time to make a tough decision like, do we sell the house? Or if we're selling the house, is this the proper value of the house? And when we get into those issues and the two kids don't get along, now we've sort of lost control of the situation. The thing might end up back in the courthouse, or there's a fight amongst the kids and they never speak to each other again, which is quite the opposite of what we're trying to do with an effective estate plan. So from my perspective, I like to see one agent at a time and then name that other kid as a backup in case something happens to the first kid. That's my tip for you, one agent at a time, right?
Sounds good.
Awesome, this is a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.